Our Directions is a facility that serves people with developmental disabilities and intellectual disabilities.
The basic thing that our Directions teaches individuals is teamwork, family, and independence. They strive for independence. They want to be recognized as their own person. They know that they have value, but they've never been able to let people see that value because they always push them to the side.
We looked for what is the best place to let our individuals make some money. If they want to, they don't have to. And we found resale shops.
Still in our area in Williamson County, you'll run across an individual with Down syndrome who the parents have kept hidden in their home. And every once in a while, you'll see them in Walmart with the mother. And, you know, I approach them and say, hey, have you gone to our resale shop? Because that's an introduction for people who don't know what developmental disabilities are. They come into our store and they see our people in there working.
Severe, profound, mild, moderate, doesn't matter. They're all the same. They're all people and they're all trainable. We, across the board with social, across the board with work, we treat them all the same.
Someone needed to advocate for people who couldn't speak for themselves.
We have about 95 people in our program, and about 40 people get paid minimum wage to work their job.
You cannot tell our people are any different than anybody off the street. They're well manicured, they're clean, they're sociable, and they want to do something. They want to make a difference.
So the way our people are paid in Helen Honey's, if they choose to work, they may work anywhere from 15 minutes every 2 weeks to 30 hours every 2 weeks, and they get paid for whatever time they work, and they're paid minimum wage.
Ask the individuals what they want, and they'll tell you they want to make the same wage as we do.
Minimum wage make me happy.
And how does subminimum wage make you feel?
Make me feel bad.
In what respect? Why?
We didn't get paid that much.
Do you think you're worth more than subminimum wage?
Yeah, we worth more. We worth more. We work hard.
They want the same jewelry that you're wearing. They want the same clothes. They want the same makeup. They want the same purse. And that is the venue to get them to that goal.
I go Walmart. I go Kroger's. Kroger's grocery store.
You ever go out to eat?
I go out to eat.
Where do you like to eat?
I go Chinese restaurant.
Going and spending that money in the store, paying that sales tax. That's all part of the system. They're actively enrolled in all of that, but they're not reaping the benefits of being respected and being paid properly.
I could go see the Cubs in Chicago. I like go shopping in Chicago too. Souvenirs.
We don't just pay them because they love money. It gives them a lot of self-worth, and they can tell me that, whether it's a smile on a nonverbal person's face or it's a person who can talk to me and tell me and give a comparison of, I used to make subminimum wage, now I make minimum wage, and I know the difference. And they appreciate that. And if you're asking people to respect you, you've got to respect them. And I think that paying minimum wage is part of that respect.
And that's what our Directions does, is promote independence. And we've done that from day one, and that's our belief.
I will always remember the figure $17.50. My primary disability is cerebral palsy, affecting my fine motor control and some cognitive function. As was common in the mid-1960s, my parents were told that the best place for me was a state-operated institution, in my case, the Lincoln Developmental Center. Because of my lack of physical ability, I was not expected by many professionals to have much mental ability. My father, a construction worker and farmer, and my mother, a secretary and homemaker, told the doctors a very emphatic no. My father was my pusher. If somebody said he can't or won't be able to do this, my dad would ask why or why not. Long before the ADA was made law of the land, my father made our house accessible. People don't know what you can do and what you can't, so we have to find out and show them. My father had helped build the Capital Area Vocational Center. I love books, newspapers, and radio and television. He asked the school board why I couldn't attend the communications and media classes offered there. The response was that something like that had never been tried. I was put into mainstream classes, to make a long story short, and while attending CAVC, I received a radio and television operator's license along with my high school diploma. Despite this, my high school counselor told us he thought that college courses would be too much for me to handle. In 1980, my father found out about the services offered by the Department of Rehabilitation Services. I went to there and was told that I would be skill tested for pre-employment, as was common then in those days. I was sent for an evaluation and then sent to Goodwill Industries and put to work doing various tasks. At the end of 2 weeks, I was given a check for $17.50. The look on my father's face said it all. After all we have done, they still don't understand what you can do and what you can't. The first time I tried college in the 1980s, I failed because I lacked the proper support. We've come a long way since then. Vocational rehab services have gained better understanding of the causes and effects of disabilities. Barriers are coming down. The advocates here with me today are helping people find out what they can do, not just focusing on what they cannot do. I went back to school in 2006 with the help of DHS. I graduated from Greenville College with a Bachelor of Arts in Communications, and now I work as a personal assistant specialist at the Springfield Center for Independent Living. People like me are living independently in their own homes and contributing to society. But the biggest barrier to independence remains the fact that employers and state-funded employment services and facilities can take advantage of people with disabilities by paying them below minimum wage. $17.50 is an outrage for 2 weeks' work. It is a crime. This legislation is legislation whose time has come. Most people in my situation were not as fortunate as me. They may not have had a mother and a family who sacrificed or a father who was their pusher, but they do have advocates like me and people like you. You were elected to serve and act in the best interests of not only people with disabilities, but all of the people of Illinois. The best thing you can do for the people of Illinois is to outlaw the subminimum wage. Thank you very much.